I find myself running for a second time. Somehow I seem to know which way to get out. Following the path I hope I remember, I soon find myself hitting the edge of the forest. I run past the school and onto the street. Reaching my house in record time, I burst through the door and slam it behind me. It still feels like sparks are going through my brain. Seeing a knife on the bench, I pick it up. Maybe I can force myself to focus by giving myself something else, or something to focus on, rather. Bringing the knife to my arm, I slash the blade across it. Instantly, I feel a rush of pain. But it doesn't help. I try again and again, hoping for it to somehow help me break out of this crazed state. Eventually, my brain snaps out of it, but it wasn't because of the repeated cutting. Someone had just opened the door. Ducking into the living room, I managed to find a long-sleeve shirt sitting on a couch. Checking it, I find it's mine, so I quickly throw it on. Only a second after I get it on, I see Yuri enter.
Hallie.
Yuri, what are you doing here?
Finding you. No one witnesses another die and comes out of it fine. I was worried that I couldn't read what I was saying quickly enough. I was worried I didn't want to leave you. Oh. Hallie, why is there a bloodied knife on the bench?
No, stop it, Text, stop! Meat was cooked for dinner last night, and that was the knife that was used for the...
Don't lie to me, Hallie. That blood is fresh. Why is there blood on the knife?
Instinctively, I go to move my arms behind my back, but then realize almost instantly it's a terrible idea.
Hallie, roll up your sleeves.
What?
Hallie, you weren't wearing a long sleeve before, and now suddenly you are, and there's a knife covered in blood sitting on the kitchen bench. Now roll up your sleeves.
So? Yuri then steps forward and grabs one of my arms and yanks the sleeve up. I feel an extra jolt of pain on my arm when she does this, so I take a step backwards to get out of there.
No, you don't.
Using the grip she already partially has on my arm, she takes me slightly off balance and pushes me onto the couch. Getting over me, she grabs my arms, pinning them, then uses her legs to paralyze mine. I haven't said it so far, but like every instance of then and than have been crossed up. Like this one needs to be then uses her legs, and like every other time before it was then when it needed to be than. Just point that out for you. I try struggling against it, but her grip is extremely strong, and she is using her weight with it to keep me down. Combined with the fact I was already weak from lack of sleep, food, and a severe lack of blood, I am not going to be moving until she decides to let up. Yuri.
No, Hallie, not until you tell me what is really going on. And I don't mean what happened when Cody died, or when you ran away, but why you ran away, why you keep hiding your true emotions, why you were letting them build.
Alright, fine. Just please let me up. Slowly, I feel Yuri release her grip on me, allowing me to sit up. I can tell if I try anything, she is ready to have me back down in an instant. For the longest time, I haven't been having problems with nightmares. I have been having problems with nightmares. But recently, they have started getting a lot worse. As they have been getting worse, I have been feeling different. More aggressive, more volatile. They physically exhaust me as well. I constantly wake up feeling as though I haven't slept. Then on the day I ran, I felt like something had snapped inside me. Something had changed. Not only was I feeling worse, but I was acting it out as well. I left Natsuki behind on that walk. I spoke out worse. I feel like I am slowly losing control. Then that thing happened with Cody. I thought if I put myself under enough pain, I would be able to focus on it and maybe snap my mind out of the crazed state it had been put into. I just don't know what to do. I feel myself about to break once more, but Yuri embraces me again, helping me to stay in the moment.
Hallie, everything is going to be alright. We're out of there now. You're okay. Natsuki should be home soon.
No! I don't want to face her. Not like this.
You can stay with me for the night if you want.
I would much prefer that. Thank you.
Okay, let's go then.
How far away is your house?
It's not very far.
Good, because I think I will have another breakdown if I have to do much more walking.
Yes, the building was rather far in, wasn't it? Wait, no, you're not doing it again.
Doing what?
Changing the mood and distracting me from the problem that just occurred.
Wow, she's the first person to call me out for doing that. I am not going to be able to get away with anything around her, am I? Maybe going with Yuri wasn't such a good idea. Who am I kidding? I would much rather be here with her than having to face Natsuki right now. But it makes everything so much easier.
It's not going to work.
Fine. I wonder if she is going to realize it worked or already worked. Well, half worked. I turned to the mood around, but I highly doubt she is going to leave the topic of what just happened alone.
Here we are.
The house looks really good. Not flashy or bright, just simple. Wait, I just thought of something. Are your parents going to have a problem with me staying over?
We don't need to worry about that. I don't live with my parents anymore.
Alright.
Okay, now to take care of your arm.
Yuri, it's fine. Just a few cuts.
No, it's not fine. You have lost enough blood as it is, and there are still a few wounds letting out more. I'm surprised you haven't lost consciousness yet.
I can do it myself then.
I would much rather do it, Hallie. It is more difficult to treat your own injuries, and I have experience in dealing with cuts.
Fine. Yuri once again rolls up my sleeve, but this time it is a lot more gentle and a lot less sudden. Looking at it, I can tell this shirt is past the point of being used again, unless I decide to cut the sleeves off. Heading into what I assume is the kitchen, she comes back with some medical supplies and proceeds to clean out the wounds. It hurts badly, but she is slow and gentle about it, taking out some of the pain that could have been there. That, combined with the fact that I was never one to worry about pain anyway, I soon find myself thinking about the walk to the forest again, looking for something that could tell me why the conversations felt off. You kind of just barely avoided the HUD here. I don't know if you want to split this into two text boxes, perhaps. After a while, she gets out some bandages and wraps them around my arm. Why did those conversations feel off to me? Because there was something off about them.
Okay, that should do it.
Thanks. I can still feel the pain running through my arm like little pulses. However, it is nowhere near as bad now. I go to roll my sleeve back down, but Yuri stops me.
There is no point keeping that long sleeve over your t-shirt. You will just overheat.
What about you?
This is a lot thinner and breathable than it looks. Also, I am not wearing 2 layers.
Even if it is, the weather isn't exactly warm right now. In fact, it was hitting the point where a chill was starting to settle in. You're inside.
It's because your temperature hasn't permeated through the shirt yet. That material is very thick, otherwise the blood would have soaked through and started showing through on the other side.
I don't know of any fabric that's thick enough to block blood seeping through.
Which is why I am guessing you grabbed that shirt. It wouldn't be a very breathable material either.
You sure?
Positive.
Alright, fine. I clearly don't know how to look after myself anyway. What am I going to do about school tomorrow? Statement, not a question.
You should be fine to go. Luckily, the uniform will make it pretty easy to hide the cuts, and they should heal to the point you aren't physically impaired in any way by tomorrow.
There is one key part of that sentence, and that is the uniform. I don't have one here.
I could ask Natsuki to bring one in for you. I will need to let her know where you are anyway.
Alright, sounds good.
I am going to make something to eat. Let me know if you need anything.
Yuri ends up cooking some kind of broth. Apparently she put a lot of spinach and other stuff to help replenish the minerals I would have lost from the blood, especially iron. It tastes absolutely amazing. As I finish off my portion, I look up to find Yuri already finished hers a while ago.
Feeling better?
A lot better. Towards the end, until I managed to get some food into me, the last of the adrenaline that was in me had faded, and I started to feel the true effects of what the blood loss had caused me. I almost fainted a couple of times. Now, with the food inside me, I am finally feeling like I might be able to stand again. Mind you, the state I was in is going to be nothing compared to what I will be like once Natsuki is through with me tomorrow. Yawn.
My, aren't we tired?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, come on. We should head to bed.
Alright. Wait, there isn't any other bed, is there?
Don't worry. As you can see, it is a rather large bed, so it won't be too uncomfortable.
I can just sleep on the couch.
Don't even think about it. The couches are way too small, and you know it. Your current state even makes it worse. You're just going to have to deal with being in the bed. Sorry, that was...
Yuri, it's fine. We're all a bit on edge.
Okay, but you are still sleeping here. It would not be healthy for you to sleep on the couch, and I still want to keep an eye on you.
Alright, fine. Well, I pressed the button. Just as that was popping up. Night, Yuri.
Good night, Hallie.
Mission Piece 1 objective complete. Contacting other pieces to proceed. Contact made. Sharp inhale, he stated out loud. I wake up to find myself once again in Yuri's embrace. Must have been what pulled me out of the nightmare and woke me up.
Hey, it's okay. It was just a nightmare. You're safe here.
How did you know I was having a nightmare?
You were moving around and muttering in your sleep. It didn't sound good. You think it's your fault Cody is dead, don't you?
What?
When you were muttering in your sleep, one of the things you said was, I killed him.
I know I killed him. I don't know how, but I know I was the one that tripped the machine. The one that set it off on him. I can't tell her that. He was only in that room because he followed me in. In fact, none of you would have found it if I didn't, and he only followed me in because of the dumb way I had been acting the past few days.
Hallie, you couldn't have known what was in that building.
Yuri, what would have happened if I didn't go in the ruin with you all? That room wouldn't have been found. He would never have gone into it. And I would never have been able to trigger the thing that caused his death.
Hallie, please. I know what it seems like. I know all the obvious logic points towards him surviving if you hadn't come, but you need to remember that things could have happened even if you weren't there. There is no guarantee we wouldn't have found the room if you hadn't come. Even if we didn't, there was more than just that machine that could have killed. Once Monica saw what it looked like, she said she saw at least another 5 in the main room, and an extra 2 in the room you and Cody were in. In fact, it is extremely lucky you weren't being pulled out dead as well. And Hallie, you need to know Natsuki does genuinely care about you. I obviously wasn't there myself, but her face when she came out after finding out just how close to death you came. I know it may not seem that way with all the teasing she does, but at the end of the day, she is your sister and does love and care about you, even if she doesn't really know how to express it.
Wait, you're the one who told Natsuki what to say on that day she found me in the music room, aren't you?
Here, have a look at this.
Yuri then hands me her phone. Looking at it, I can see it is the text history between her and Natsuki. I read through one of the most recent conversations.
I found him. He's in the music room. I don't know what to do. I'm worried I'm just going to make it worse.
You won't make it worse. You're his sister. He needs you.
How am I supposed to do anything? All I ever do is mess with him, and that just seems to have been making it worse.
Just tell him that you have been a terrible sister, and you know he may have been going through things for a long time without you noticing, but that doesn't mean that you don't care. He needs to know you were there for him.
Okay, I'll try.
Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. A lie within a lie that reveals the truth.
You quoted Portrait of Markov.
Wait, or what? It's my favorite line.
All right. We should try to get some more sleep. Otherwise, we won't be able to get up onto my time tomorrow.
All right. Well, night, Yuri. Again.
Good night, Hallie.
For the rest of that night, I slept with no nightmares for the first time in over a year. End of demo. So that's where we are with Secret Pain. Curious indeed. Chapter 1, Truth, to be continued. Well, it's a little hard to say what needs done with it. Oh, hold on. Thanks so much for playing through the demo of Secret Pain. I would like to take just a small amount of your time to explain what this mod means to me and how it came about. That is, if you want to hear it, so if you like, you can just skip straight to the credits. What do you want to do? If you don't have the time right now, but still want to read through it, you can always save here and then come back to it later. It isn't very long, though. We're going to read it, man. Well, as some of you may already know, I am a musician. What a lot of you don't know is how the inspiration for my projects come about. A lot of the time, I will be feeling a particular emotion, and the track will just start to form in my head. However, this time it was different. One day, I was in a worse place than usual, and a story slowly started forming. I thought it through and realized that all the elements of it represented different parts of me and my story. I went through the basic plot ideas, added stuff to my original ideas, changed the idea quite a bit. Hell, the story changed while I was coding it. The original concept I had was set in the far future and had nothing to do with any of the story that you just played through. The Secret Pain at its core is a mod that is meant to describe me and what I go through from an emotional standpoint. This is part of the reason I want to keep myself as the sole developer, but that could change in the future in order to allow this mod to expand and reach its full potential. At the time of you reading this, I am probably already working on the next part for the first chapter, with the next release planning on being the completed chapter. There are going to be 5 chapters in this mod, but the size of them will have to remain to be seen, mostly because I don't really know what the size of them is going to be myself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the mod. If you did, feel free to drop into the Discord server, which can be found by clicking this text here and say hi. I'll leave that be, actually. Also, in the server, you can contribute your own piece to the mod if you want to, whether it is a story idea, a piece of art, some music, or anything else mod-related. Now, for one final piece, this mod isn't finished just yet. Well, I mean, it did say demo. Have a look through the files and you might find some interesting stuff. In fact, there is even a secret file to unlock. If you want to find it, the only clue I can give you is my name is the key. What? Like, literally Master Luma? Happy hunting! And now, for the final piece of the mod, the credits. See you in the next chapter! Well, there you go. So anyway, as I was saying before that all popped up, it's a little hard to tell how much of the dialogue is like really deliberately awkward and how much of it is like unintentionally awkward. Because like a lot of it feels kind of stiff and unnatural to some degree, or like the characters who are talking know more than they're letting on, and like the MC is definitely picking up on those things. At least a little bit. Like, he keeps noting that things seem off, and I've been feeling that things are off basically the entire time. So that the MC is echoing my feelings is telling me that this is probably intentional, but at the same time, it still feels stiff and awkward and, like, unnatural at times. So, I suppose Master Luma is the only one who truly knows what's going on behind the scenes here, and since it's only a demo, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. We're not going to slam them too hard for that. But yes, this is pretty interesting so far. Definitely a different MC than we're used to, and it certainly seems to have some sinister stuff going on behind the scenes, whatever it may be. But as always, I will have to compose my thoughts into a proper review. And it seems that this is going to do it for now. Huge thanks to Dan Savato for creating DLC and starting what would become the best community on the internet, as well as making this mod and many others possible. And there's a special thanks before that too. And finally, are you gonna thank me? Am I about to get thanked? It's okay. Doki Doki Secret Pain. Yep, there it is. Thank you for playing the demo. You're welcome. I will do my best to craft some advice that will help you in the further development of it. 5 chapters is a lot, so it seems we have a long way to go. But it seems that is going to do it for now. Anything else? Anything else? Is that it?
I wasn't able to prevent it. I could only delay it. I'm so sorry. It's up to you now. I just hope you can forgive me when you finally know the truth.
Okay, there we go. I think that's definitely it then. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you next time with more Doki Doki. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.